Well, the last series that I worked on was Athene's, I think that's how you pronounce it, Theory of Everything. I think that's what it's called. Theory of Everything. And if you can get through that video, the original video, you'll see that they basically know nothing about everything. And I mean, there's nothing new. There's no new information in there. It's just, we're going to repackage it and make it look like it's something new. And it's, Einstein said it best, that if we're going to solve the problems of today, it takes a completely different mindset. And yet, when you're going to look at this information, you're looking at it with the same mindset. It's sort of like a self-help type website that wants the discussion, but doesn't want the discussion. It's like, this is what drives me crazy, is we're all fucking insane. And you can't see your own insanity. And this documentary basically tells you you're friggin' insane. Because, I mean, the aspect in this video is saying, like, your left brain has the rules that you live by, and if anything new gets introduced, that left brain's gonna fight you to the death to still say it's right, no matter how wrong it is. It's right. So basically, from what I've gathered, is it's a website that wants to push its information that says we know nothing basically about everything. Because at the end, it didn't tell you anything. It didn't give you any, oh, this is the meaning of everything. You know, it just said, okay, this is what we've explored so far. Don't really know what it means yet. Don't know how it relates to life yet. But here's some sciences that we've been working on. And there have been how many books that are based on all of this information that clearly every self-help book is wrong. I've read them all. And because I have a long history of abuse in my genetics, that I wanted to end this cycle of abuse, and I followed everybody's advice, and it's like, no, you're wrong. 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 And then, you know, part of being a victim of abuse is you get accused of being the one that's wrong all the time. So, taking responsibility, you read every freaking self-help book, you go to counselors, you do everything trying to find out, okay, what's wrong with me? And turns out there's nothing wrong with me. And you turn into what you hate the most. One thing I really freaking hate is people judging me. I've turned into one massive judger. I will judge everybody now. I'm a master judger. I will find a flaw in your shit someplace. I'm looking for that flaw. I am so hardwired to see a flaw and a contradiction. It takes a hell of a lot for me not to find the flaw. Because I'm willing to back up my shit and say why it's a flaw. Like this hollow dynamics. I mean, you have to be brilliant for me to agree with your shit. And this shit is brilliant, other than it can't identify the unknown problem. I can see the flaws. Like, the science is perfect, it's just lacking, it can't tell the unknown problem. It claims to be a tool that can solve every problem known to the human experience. Except for it can't distinguish what the unknown problem is. So what good is a tool if you can't recognize you have your own problem? So that's really good about, what's good about being, you know, a judger. You know, so it's like society did that to me. You know, while you've been judging me so much, and I've hated being judged, and now you got this master judger, so I'm going to judge this new website. And it is, first of all, I spent a lot of time making this videos, putting out an awful lot of information together from my perspective, which is a completely different mindset while looking at what we already know. Which may be what Einstein was saying, is it takes a completely different mindset. If we're going to have an open discussion, I would think that you would want somebody's perspective if it's completely different and have the discussion. Well, it says that you're allowed to have 30 videos. So I uploaded 16 of them. You know, each one of them are completely different, but only one gets approved. And by the sounds of it, it doesn't even sound like the guy running the site, the guy that's trying to push, hey, self-help, new information, let's have the discussion, isn't really interested in looking at any of my videos. Because if he would have approved them. But he said he's only looking at one. So obviously it didn't grab him. I mean, oh, he was really amazed that I would put so much time into his work. But he's not interested in having a look at, you know, my analysis of his work. And then the insanity is that he wants to have the discussion on his website. So he rejected it and said if people are really interested in it, they'll go to your YouTube channel. Guess where the conversation's going to be? On the YouTube channel and not on the website. If there's a video posted there, there's a whole pile of comments and discussion happening on his website. But he doesn't want that conversation on his website. He wants all of the conversation, all of the traffic off his website and onto YouTube. Doesn't make any sense. Now, the logic why he rejected it is because it would interfere, it would flood the feeds. Well, what the hell do you want on your feeds if not information? Oh, you can't have information all coming from one person. That would be a really bad thing. I mean, take my name off of it and let's, you know, take my face off of it. And there's 16 different videos there. It ain't all about me. It's about the information, I would assume. But they want to make it personal. That is the insanity, is that are you interested in receiving information or just 2 sentences from every person that comes while you push out how long of a documentary out there that you want everybody else to read, but you don't want to give anybody else the soundbite because it's flooding, you know, and it's like, okay, somebody that's really, really smart that has all the answers to everything, approving 1 video a day would not flood everything. If he was interested in the videos and had to actually approve it, then he'd have to be forced to watch the video to approve it. And if he did that once per day, that wouldn't be flooding it. But no, let's not think about that one. There's just absolutely no sense to the logic. And then somebody's posting and saying that I'm not seeing it clearly enough. I've seen it perfectly clear. You don't want to have the conversation. You're rejecting information. At the end of the day, you're rejecting information. So what if you got 16 videos coming in one day? It's 16 pieces of information. You got some traffic on your website. Isn't that what it's all about? You know, like, you can scroll up and down a feed, and I'm pretty sure that I'll be bumped off pretty damn fast if there's more people feeding it. It just makes no common sense whatsoever. So, this is the same self-help shit you can get from Deepak Chopra, you could get from Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer. I mean, they're all saying the same damn shit. They just write a different book and make it look a little different. But ultimately, where we're all headed, we've been motivated to go. We've been influenced. And we've been influenced based on what we believe to be true. And where do we get it? From our teachers. Teachers in school, influence on media, on motivational speakers. I've said it over and over and over again. You can look at Tony Robbins and think that he didn't influence an awful lot of people to be extremely greedy. I mean, I've been to his seminars. He teaches programming, like how to program and brainwash people. Says you got to do it with morals, though. But the man had zero morals at all and let everybody see what kind of morals. At the end of the day, after he's kept everybody from eating for a full weekend, got that, used music, used an awful lot of really strong techniques, a lot of mirroring, a lot of brainwashing techniques. And then at the end of it, he says, if you want this to last, if you love this feeling and you want it to last, you got to buy another course. And the course is like $10,000. People spent money to that course thinking they were going to find answers. And I mean, I brought food. I don't get caught up into the brainwashing because I can see the mentality. I've already understood what brainwashing it is. And if you can see what it is, you can't fall into it as easy anyways. So it's like, why would you pay for a course if it didn't work? You know, like you paid, the course that I went to, everybody paid there to get that good feeling, to get educated, to get motivated. So it was pointless, wasteless, because the guy that taught the course said, it ain't going to last. You need to buy another course to make this last. So the next course would be logical that you're going to get another dose of some really, really great information. It'd be like taking heroin. But you're going to pay $10,000 for your heroin that won't last. And who's another guy that does that? I was just off the top of my head. Oh, I went to this, to improve on my communication skills a few years ago, I went to Toastmasters. And there's some, I guess, really famous guy. I think he was involved in the film The Secret. Just like he knows all of the motivational speakers, all the big wigs he hangs out with. Well, he lived in the town that I was living at, and as the economy's crashing, you know, he thought that he would, you know, join Toastmasters. Have no clue why, because he's a motivational speaker. Why would he be going to a Toastmasters other than probably to try and gather more customers because the economy's crashing? But when you go to Toastmasters, you can say whatever the hell you want. It can be the biggest bullshit story. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that you get up in front. Well, I'm talking about the economy. I'm talking about different types of motivational speaking, all of this shit. And this guy literally came up to me and criticized what my speech was about. He says, oh, you're a really, really great speaker, but you're really, really off on the information you're handing out. And this guy's mentality is the economy is crashing, but he's doing really good. And he's in real estate. Like he motivates more people that are in real estate, and they ain't selling that many houses. And so he's trying to convince everybody that it's really, really good. And he says, my business is up. I'm now able to get people to pay for my course 3 times. It's like, what, your course didn't work the first time? You need people to pay for the course over and over and over again, and somehow they're going to get it? You can't see that some of the information you're pushing out there is maybe a little flawed? So, that's what I think of this Athena's. This particular video I will upload, but I'm pretty sure it will not be approved because it will be his left brain being challenged. His beliefs are now going to be challenged that says, am I really trying to reject information or not? No, she's just angry. That's why I will delete my profile on there, because who the hell wants to go to a group that, you know, real scientific minds that think they know it all, and you want to question whether they really know it all? You know what they do? They go in the name calling. You don't see things clearly. They view things from their own perspective, and it's like, move on. I want to talk to people that really want to know what's going on, not the ones that are going to talk about the same old shit that's more than 100 years old that we can prove today doesn't work. So you can go check out that site, but I think it's a complete waste of time. Peace out.